don't believe in the actual they will predict your future type vibe, but you believe in if you are told certain things, it'll make you feel a certain way. And
Yeah, I'm a fiend for the free will, you know. Now entering a whole new domain, which is called the Sydney Film Festival.
Oh, here we
so,
go.
for those of you following Mr. Zorba Smith on Instagram,
welcome back to the Critical Banter podcast. This is the podcast where we take the very best bits from your favorite late night shows and package them into one single podcast. Today's episode, we have one segment due to logistical issues, but don't you worry about that. We'll be doing Mind Your Manners, the fan favorite, so hopefully that makes up for it. But before that, to wrap the week, we've got me, Miguel, we have Kush.
yes, sir.
And we have two empty chairs.
And we got a puffer jacket in the middle here.
Hopefully that does the job. But once again, Kush and I left to our own devices.
We're just becoming the infamous duo now in the podcast.
Exactly.
It's just Ro again has disappeared once more.
Yeah.
Seth is gallivanting around
I
Europe.
haven't heard from Sen in about a week now.
I've been seeing some great shots on the Insta story though. Some very picturesque looks at Europe, I have to say.
Absolutely. He sent me a snap this morning. He was at a club at about 3 a.m. And he sent me a video of a bloke who was in his attire was like underwear. He was just in a jockstrap. And in the front was his cock dangling.
Oh,
like in the pants, but you know the underwear is designed with it's like a tail, right?
It's the thing like the Borat rays, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then it was just like wiggling around, and the caption was, "If I had to see this, you had to see it." I didn't have to see it, Sen.
That is.
I didn't have to see it.
Also, club attire. You know what? I think it's par for the course for where they're at.
It's where they're at. You know, it is what it is. Rohit's done a 4-hour drive for the third time this weekend.
That's a good story that Ro should probably hopefully tell us next
He'll tell us how he was dreading it and regretting his life decisions, but it's us too, Kush.
And I've got a few tales.
Here we go.
I've got a few tales. Yesterday, went to a friend's place. It was a nice little party. Just 10, 15 people, very quiet.
Rage or a casual one?
Nah, it was kind of casual. Just kind of casual. You know, people were doing their own thing, drinking, whatnot. But I got a tarot reading yesterday.
Is it tarot? Tarot? No.
Isn't that tarot? The purple thing?
I'm more of a milk tea man.
Oh.
Whatever. Yeah, you got a reading.
I got a reading.
That's one with the cards, right?
With the cards. And the deck is, first of all, massive. I thought it was like just 10 cards and you just like flip him and then they read it. Nah, this was at least 100 cards. And the first thing you have to do is, wait, have you ever done a tarot reading before?
No, I haven't. Questionable if I believe in them.
Well, look, this is first time for me. I was like, you know what? I'm a little bit tipsy, but I'm going to go along with it. I'm going to go along with it.
Open-minded now you've had a few rum and cokes in you.
Exactly. I'm open-minded, so I do the shuffle, and I don't know how in-depth you have to go with the shuffle. So I'm out here doing the little, the half-split deck.
You're going to deal blackjack.
Yeah, I was just popping off with the deck and, just shuffling. Because I didn't know the scenario. I don't know if it was just a one and done. So I shuffle the deck, and then the next thing you have to do is choose 4 cards that you will place vertically and 1 that you will place horizontally.
So you have 4 in attack mode and 1 face down defense mode.
And then I flipped it and it was pot of greed. Select 2 more.
Niche your reference.
I don't think many got that one.
But if you did, you're class.
Good idea. But you place them in it's almost like a circular design. The horizontal one's in the middle and the 4 vertical are around, essentially.
Does it have different meaning on the orientations of
yes. So the one, if I remember correctly, the one on the left is finance. The one on the right is career. The one at the north, facing north, is romance. And the one in the middle is... Oh, fuck, there's 2 more. I forgot. One of them is just about your internal strength or something like that. Your mental and physical health. That's the one. And so I went through it and you have to select the cards all by yourself. And so the first one that I did was fuck it, I'm just selecting this one. Throw it on. And so
so you've shuffled it?
Shuffled it. And then you select 5 cards. All up to you.
But you don't know the cards.
You don't know any of the cards. You have to place them face down. Just like you. It's kind of like you.
But it's like magic when someone's pick a card. Any
Exactly.
Card.
Yeah.
You're picking 5 random cards.
100%. And you can't see them, nor can the reader. The reader can't see them.
So it's fate, basically.
Yeah,
it's what they're saying.
It's all fate.
You have chosen that card because that is your fate.
Exactly. And look, the first random one that I picked was the career one. And I had no idea how selective you had to be. So I just picked it at random. Just somewhere in the middle, just throw it down. And then she noticed that and was like, are you picking these out at random or are you choosing them because you think these are the correct cards? And I was like, yeah, I'm choosing them for sure, 100%.
Well, hang on. Before this, did this party hire a tarot reader? Or is it just some woman has brought her cards and decided to give everyone their face?
She does read. She does read from time to time. And so
But she was an attendant. She wasn't like...
Yeah, an attendant. Yeah.
Like, you know when you hire a clown to go to your party to entertain people. She wasn't hired to entertain.
No, 100% not. She's there. I saw her doing a reading before and I was like, I kind of want to do that now. Sign me up.
All right,
Let's go. And so, yeah, I chose the first one. I was like, are you sure you're selecting them, properly? I was like, yeah, for sure.
What's proper?
I don't know. You're meant to almost feel that this is the correct
heart of the cards. You're meant to get the heart of the cards.
Exactly.
Feel the cards. Like, I'm drawn to this one.
This one is my romance card, I'm feeling it. There's a bit of love to this card, a bit of sensual nature to this card. Then the other three, I had a little thought about it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick the second from the top. I was like, I feel like this is the right one for my career, Never first, but I'm always second from the top. So put it down for my career. Done. Mental health, got the bottom one. This is fine.
I think Are You Okay Day is coming up soon.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, I think I'm picking the right ones. Anyway, chose my cards, all face down, then you read them one by one. So now you start flipping them. Did the career first, flipped it over. And my career reading was like, you're questioning if this is the right role for you and you're potentially looking at external opportunities. And I was like, that is fucking bingo. Because it was entirely accurate. I am questioning. I am applying for external jobs. Which is kind of scary because that was the one that I had chosen randomly. Like I just popped it down.
Here's the thing. Do you think she would have said that regardless of the card?
But she had no idea that I was... Like this was someone I knew. It was a workmate. Right. And this was someone that I hadn't told that I was looking at external opportunities. I was questioning my job or anything like that.
But I feel like something like that is pretty vague. And at the same time, you'd most likely be spot on.
I don't know if it's vague. I don't know if that's vague. The vague would be something like, you're not sure if this job is right for you. You're looking at
But that's where she led, right?
That's where she started off. But then she was like, you've already looked at like external opportunities and you're going for them.
I feel like everyone does that.
Not. What, you're doing it right now?
As in, like, I've casually, I've probably like looked at a job here and there.
Yeah, but it was like at this moment in time. Like,
yeah, fair enough. I'm just skeptic.
I'm a believer now.
So first card is spot on.
Spot on, accurate. Eyes. And so one of my workmates was right there next to me, who's in my team. She was listening attentively, and I was like, "Nah, just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." So it's all fluff, and I was like, "Yeah, no, it's kind of accurate." Does she
know about you looking for other jobs? Or you trying to keep
she did
that
know
on
as well. She did know as well. So I was like, "Oof, this is slightly."
Was her reaction like when people do magic and then it gets revealed, and I was like, "Oh."
That was my reaction first. I was like, "Oh my days, spot on." So again, accurate, not bad, good start. I would say good start. And then the next one that came out was more finances. And the finances was like, you're potentially looking at another investment. You're about to put some more money into like another little scheme of yours, essentially.
Vague, bro. Nah, but it's vague. Everyone does that.
I don't know if everyone does.
Or like 95% of people would do that. Because it's also subjective. What is your next investment, right?
Yeah.
Someone could be buying a car and they could be, oh, fuck, that's my investment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think these are designed to be vague enough that you can apply it to any one of your situations, right?
Exactly.
But I didn't mind it because I always thought it was a bit scripted. It's a bit of reality TV reading kind of thing. You know what I mean? But like the fact that you can apply it to your own thing, I think is a good thing mentally because it means you're either validating yourself or you're validating yourself to be like, no, I don't want to do this. Right. I think it works. It's a bit low-key bit of therapy, to be honest.
Fair enough. You got a therapy out of a house party.
Out of a house party, yeah.
All right, so you're looking to buy a fifth house, all right? So the cards have got that.
It was about an investment, and it was like you potentially doing another investment. I was like, yeah, slightly accurate.
See, that's what I mean. You're trying to force it to apply to you.
Yeah,
were you looking at investments like yesterday or the past week?
I was.
Like seriously though, or you just scanning the market?
Half. Scanning and a bit of seriousness.
So now you've just applied it.
I think that one was the one that was not the most applicable.
What are the next ones?
The next one was the physical and mental health. The mental health was like, take a break, feel better about yourself kind of vibe. Just enjoy things as it is. And it was a similar vibe to the romance as well. Just do what you need to do. Take some time. Enjoy yourself, Kush, because that's who you are, man. And I was like, you know what? That was one of those things that just validated for me. It is extremely vague, extremely broad. It applies to everyone. But I was like, you're right.
Yeah, it's vague, and then you think about yourself like, you know what? Actually, yeah, that's true.
It is a bit of... It's the year of the Kush. It's the Kush time. That's what it is, baby.
Exactly.
And so I came out of that reading being like, yep, yes, sir. That is beautiful.
You believe in it now.
I don't know if I believe in it, but I believe in the effect of the reading.
Right.
And it's the validation, which I think is important.
So you don't believe in the actual, they will predict your future type vibe, but you believe in if you are told certain things, it'll make you feel a certain way. And
Yeah, I'm a fiend for the free will, you know. So I think when someone is saying this, it's validating your choices, you know.
I'm a fiend for the free will.
Every religious person reading
communist. Relax.
Every communist and religious person hearing that's like, nah, I'm leaving this podcast. No more from Kush. Yeah. But that was it. I got a tarot reading at a house party.
I love that for you.
I saw someone else doing a pendulum reading. I don't know what that is. Like, it's just, it's a pendulum. I don't know how it goes.
Isn't that like hypnosis?
I don't know, but she was finally attuned to this pendulum. Maybe. Fuck, I don't know.
It's hypnotized.
But she was asking questions. Like, it's meant to be very specific questions. And you go like yes or no. And then, I don't know. It's where it stops, essentially, I think, that the answer is true or not. I don't know.
Sure.
I didn't do that. I was like, this is too much. I'm going to go back to the rum and cokes. Settle down a little bit. So yeah, interesting house party. One of the most interesting ones I've been to.
I don't think I've been to a house party where there's such malarkey going on in every corner.
There was a lot of things going on in the house party. I can't go into the details.
Oh, you know what? Say less.
But I can tell you what, a nice reading. Would you ever consider a tarot reading or one of those?
I am very open-minded to trying these things, but I'm not open-minded to believing that they work.
So it's a similar thing. I think if they're saying the thing that you want to hear, you'll like it.
I'm sure when I'm there in the moment, I'll be like, true, facts.
Yeah, facts, you're right.
But at the end of the day, it's just vague. So like crystals, you believe in crystals and
I don't like the crystal ball thing, you know.
Yeah.
That one is super vague. Like you shake it and it's like you're gonna become a better person. And it's like, what the fuck?
What about like actual crystals? Like you have a rock of like jade at home and that's meant to give you financial well-being, you know what I mean?
Nah.
That sort of thing. You put some sapphire under your bed and that'll keep the demons away.
Nah, I don't buy that. I don't buy that.
Buy those?
No, I think that's just a pure.
That's malarkey.
That's capitalism at its best, to be honest.
You're trying to sell precious jewels.
Exactly. That is uncut gems 101 there, baby.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Do you know anyone who buys into that?
No, I don't think so. Not to the extent that you've heard like people online are full like trying to sell rocks and shit, essential oils and all of that nonsense.
No, I can't buy that. I can't buy that.
Exactly.
I'm going to move on to my next story now.
Here we go.
It's moving completely away from a house party.
That's fine.
We're now entering a whole new domain, which is called the Sydney Film Festival.
Oh, here we go.
For those of you following Mr. Zorba Smith on Instagram, I'm bringing back
How do you spell that?
Emma for the Misters, and then Zorba, Zorba, and then a Smith, the classic Smith.
We'll give you 5 seconds. Pause it and take a look.
There you go. Give me a follow. Hit that follow button, you know. Send me a message, please. Tell me what you want to see, by the way. Reviews.
Just a side. Can we send reviews?
Absolutely.
A request for reviews?
Yeah, so pretty much all of my template, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is 2 reviews and 1 white template, which is like recommendations.
Yep.
And so all the recommendations are from other people, essentially. So people told me do Guy Ritchie's films, do, Christopher Nolan's films. I'll do them.
Oh, as in people have recommended it to you to review?
Yeah, you can do that
I thought
as well.
you are recommending things for people to watch.
I'm also doing that. That's the reviews.
What does this count not do?
It's an open.
All right, live on air. I'm going to give you a request.
Okay, there you go.
Can you watch the Barbie movie and give it a review?
I'm going to go there first night. Barbie. There you go.
Excellent.
Done.
Come back. I want to see it on the story or the post.
Absolutely.
Let me know how Ken and Barbie are.
Anything for my boy Ryan Gosling.
I love that.
So the Sydney Film Festival is going on. It's a bunch of films over the 11 days. There's like 3 films a night. Me and my mate, we've chosen 10 films to hit over these 11 days. And what we've noticed so far, which is we've seen 4 films in 4 different venues, is that the rules of sickness or COVID have gone. They've disappeared into the ether.
It's a festival. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see this film during the festival.
Once-a-year opportunity where these films do come back, also on the streaming service and in the cinema runs.
You know what it is.
It's an interesting vibe. So these festival people, I first thought were boomers. There are going to be a lot of old people that are going to come. They're sitting down there enjoying life. No, it's a lot of young people, a lot of young couples. A lot of people taking their dates on these indie films.
Huge.
Surprise.
It's a date idea, first date. Or do you want to go to the Sydney Film Festival? You sound cultured.
Yeah.
It's better than you want to watch a movie at my local Hoyts.
You know, it's Transformers, Rise of the Beasts with me.
Sydney Film Festival has a little je ne sais quoi about it.
There is a bit to it. I like it. And there's events before, like there's a little drink event, that kind of stuff. So there's
shindig.
There's a little bit to it. But what I've noticed in each of these films is that coughing is nonstop. coughing and sneezing and wet coughs, the phlegmy type coughs.
You know, there's something about it.
It is. It's like, you know, the speakers are set up in the cinema. It's like beautiful surround system, but the real Dolby Digital is the coughs that go left to right.
The reverb.
Exactly. It was insane. The one we went to yesterday, State Theatre, which is probably one of the biggest, mad capacity, just nonstop. Just non-stop. Like one person would cough, then others would follow through.
Well, it's like, you know how when you yawn, it's contagious, other people yawn?
It was literally that. It was insane. And my mate was sitting next to a person, and then 10 minutes into film, you hear the wet cough come through loud and clear. And my man got scared. He sort of dived to me and being like, nah, I don't want this smoke.
Yeah, it's winter, to be fair.
It is
cold and
winter.
flu season.
But I just thought people would be...
Are they masked up? The people you've seen?
No. I saw maybe 2% of the cinema
That's
masked up.
poor.
That's my...
If you know you're sick, I'll let you go if you're N95 up.
No, none of them. They're just coughing nonstop.
That's poor.
I think I need to be... I think I'm going to wear masks now.
Yeah, I think you need to, if other people aren't going to protect you got to protect yourself.
Exactly. I'm low-key kind of worried. There's a lot of dangerous people out here, so... Cinema invites the scum. The sick and the scum.
God. Yeah, I think COVID doesn't exist anymore in people's eyes.
That's what I was thinking. I think the rules are...
It's like, when's the last time you did a COVID test?
When I had a flu, that's it. Which was like, what, 3-4 months ago?
Fair enough. I haven't done one in
Shit.
like a year or something, dude.
Have you been sick in the
I
time?
think I've been sick once. Like a
Okay.
cold though.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm like, if I test, whatever. I plan to stay home for 1 or 2 days anyways
Yeah,
because I feel like shite.
yeah.
But like, what's test gonna do? No one cares.
That's the thing. I think it's like these people, they're either A, sick or they have COVID. Clearly. One of those two. But they haven't... I don't know. You should stay at home. Don't infect other people.
Yeah, but maybe they've been looking forward to the film festival.
Like I
So you're
said,
telling me you are a man that is very keen on the film festival. Yeah, what you planned it probably for weeks or months, whatever. I don't know. Let's say day before, you start feeling a scratchy throat. Are you? And then the next day of the film festival, you're coughing, runny nose, maybe a fever. I don't know, or maybe just whatever. You're telling me you will just be like, you know what? Sack my plans that I've made for months. Sack what I've been excited for a couple of weeks. I will just stay home.
it's not the point. It's not about me.
There's a rule for them and a rule for you.
Exactly. It's about the other people doing the good for me. That's what it is.
No, they should mask up at least.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
very least.
Mask up. That's what I say.
Were there any? Do you think they in the lobby they're using the hand sanitizer at all?
No way.
Don't give a shit.
There was no hand sanitizer at all.
Rubbing their nose and just fucking wiping it on the seat.
I reckon they 100% were doing it. It's one of those things when I was coming to the train station, there's a sign that says for the guardrails to the escalator down, please hold the guardrail. I'm like, bro, I'm not fucking touching the guardrail. There are people like grimy, like smelly, like sniffy hands on that shit. I'm not touching any of those guardrails. Jesus. Have you seen those videos where they do like a surface wipe over the guardrails when it's coming down the escalator and it's just muck, just black muck?
I haven't seen that.
I'm not touching that, man.
I've seen the ones where it's the bus or the train and they're like they smack the seats.
Yep.
So much shit comes out.
The dust, the dirt, yeah.
I've seen that.
None of that shit. I'm not touching it.
So you don't sit anymore.
No, I'm a man that walks now. I'm a man that walks everywhere I go.
So you're watching a film after this. It's probably a half an hour drive away. You're walking there. Is what you're telling me.
I'm walking to the city for me. It's going to be a nice 3-hour walk.
No, fair enough. Fair play.
How I got to this place? I walked. I walked.
Fair enough. Alrighty, fellas. Segment for this week is Mind Your Manners, the fan favorite Critical Banter classic. Solid segment.
Solid.
So this is the segment where we bring up some stories or some things we've seen or that we've done potentially where the behavior and etiquette is maybe a bit, rogue in relative to social standards and social etiquette. And we talk about, what was right, what was wrong, and we advise what you should do in a similar situation. So I have a few this week. Tomorrow is King's birthday.
Yes.
It is my birthday, you're right. So tomorrow is my birthday.
Praise the king.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Kush. But recently, there have been a few times where, twice that at soccer training and then the other day when a few mates were over there, they sing happy birthday, which is lovely.
Last week. Is that what you're saying?
During the week.
Oh,
during the week. Yeah. So like when they're singing happy birthday to you, I don't know what to do. That's my thing. I don't know what the correct social thing is to when, everyone's singing happy birthday, there's a cake in front of you, everyone's looking at you, fucking phone right in your face, bro.
It's the whole 3 chorus, like happy birthday to you. Then the little woohoos at the end as well.
Yeah. And then obviously afterwards, blow the cake. Thanks, guys, etc., etc. But
It's that 20-second mark,
it's that
right?
20 seconds that all eyes are on you, dude. And I don't know what to do.
That's a good question. Wow.
Exactly.
Hey.
So, your last birthday, reflect. What did you do?
Very similar situation. Normally it's the family that get around it, you know?
Exactly.
You just have to sort of stand there and awkwardly just smile, I think.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't join in. You're not going to sing happy birthday. Or do you? Do you join in maybe? Happy birthday to me.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
I reckon you could mouth it. I reckon you get away with maybe mouthing it. But if you start belting.
Yeah. I remember, and this was someone else who did it. We all started singing it. It was the elongated version. So it was around like 45 seconds. So we just kept going.
Oh, my God.
And he was like measuring how to cut the cake during this time.
Oh, looking busy.
He was looking busy. So he had the plates, putting it down. He was like, thank you. Like in between, then he'd go back and just like, look, yeah, I can cut it this way. I can cut it this way.
Wow.
And then when it finished, dropped the knife, clapped. He's like, thank you so much. And then he cut it.
But is that taking away from it? You're taken away from the singing.
I think
It's a distraction.
I think for all 45 seconds, if you're looking busy, then it's a bit of a dick move. Like you got to look up and be like, thank you.
Yeah, you got to show respect to the people wishing you a happy birthday.
But
it's long, bro. The song is long. Can we like cut the the verses?
I reckon just one line.
Yeah.
You literally only need one line. Happy birthday to you, Miguel. Done.
Yeah. Happy birthday to Kush. Hip hip. Hooray.
Perfect. That's you could add a bit of song to it.
Exactly.
That's like 7 seconds tops.
Exactly. So I think I do a thing where like I swing along to the...
Yeah, a little sway left and right.
I sway to the tune.
Yeah. Nice.
But then I don't know what to do with my facial expression. I don't know where to look. I don't know what to do.
I think it's a bit of public speaking, look around, bit of eye contact, left
one
to
of these
right.
ones.
Yeah, a bit of the waves in the air. Absolutely. I've seen some very awkward ones that people like folding their arms, unsure what to do, kind of hunched up.
Yeah.
So I think all you can do is do the sways. Looking the busy is a fine line. You don't want to be a dick. That's the thing.
And that is true. I now that we talk about it, I don't like the whole measuring out the cake and stuff like that. You can do one thing, maybe put the plates aside, one action, but you can't like just start measuring the fucking thing and then sorting the plates out. Exactly. You can do that before or after, mate.
Yeah.
During, it's also hard because like everyone's fucking looking at you.
Yeah, there's cameras on
and
you. And
everyone's filming you for a reaction. Exactly. So I feel like there's a bit of showmanship that needs to go into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what kind of showmanship do you
like the swaying, the looking happy, the smiling, the all this, all that, looking around.
Yeah.
Whereas if there were no cameras, I reckon I could just stare at the cake and maybe still smile, be happy, but like I don't have to like look like I'm fucking fully enjoying it.
Do you like what's the roguest reaction you could do potentially? Like, do you start dancing to the happy birthday? A little bit of a Fortnite default dance while the birthday's going on.
I feel like people would dance. Like that's like the nervous energy or whatever. What would be the most awkward one? Maybe just like looking I feel like looking disinterested. You know,
or
what
like
I mean?
just looking down at the cake. Yeah, the whole song.
Yeah.
Like, hurry up, let me blow the fucking candle. Let me blow it.
Yeah, that is true. I think singing, the first thing we said, is also a bit, singing to yourself.
Singing along is weird. Singing along is
Maybe as well, I feel like you're like the main voice. You're trying to be the lead vocal during it.
Yeah. Break it to the little Ariana solo over here.
I went to a friend's birthday a couple weeks ago, and I feel like it's slightly different for girls because like when they're singing, they get a bit emotional. In terms of like, all my friends and family are here. And you can tell they're actually like maybe a little teary or like proper smiling and stuff. Whereas us, like I appreciate it, but like the song's a bit long, bro.
When it's the boys, it's like, hurry the fuck up, man. I want to eat the cake.
Cut the cake. I want to give you the cake, man. I'm not ungrateful. I just want to put that out there, but I just find it hard to the reaction. I know Ro also struggles with that. I think that's why he's anti-birthday to begin with.
Come to think of it though, because whenever when it's a quiet birthday for me, just with a family, and mum and dad might want to sing along, I'm like, it's just the four of us. Let's just. Yeah. You said happy birthday to me in the morning. Respect.
Yeah.
Dunzos.
That is true. And if it's a family just at home, like a couple people, it's fine. You don't need to sing.
No need to sing. A couple happy birthdays. You've already done it. Let me just
don't need the expense of a candle on the cake as well,
Yeah.
Hand me a cake. Happy birthday. Thank you. Here's your slice.
We've stopped doing that. We've stopped the candles at home. So when it's just the four of us, whoever's birthday it is, and if it's just going to be the four of us, it's just a simple cut of the cake.
Yeah, maybe a handshake, pat on the back, happy birthday, mate.
Yeah.
I like that. Exactly. That's what I like.
One quick photo, done.
Exactly.
Dunzo.
Exactly. But so did we decide what should be done?
I think you can only do what is asked for you, which is sway along, smiles on your face. Because anything more, anything less could be construed as odd behavior.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, I have another one. I have a couple. So the next one is something that happens recently to one of our friends. And he was on a train on his way to work, I believe. And then, Sydney trains, when you sit down, you have on the left, you have like three seaters.
Yep.
And here on the Sydney trains, you can move them so you can have like a 6-seater basically.
Yep.
Or you can move it. You can move it so you can face either way.
Face each other,
and then they turn into a 6-seater or a 3-seater.
Yep.
And on the right-hand side, you have like 2 and 1-seaters basically.
Yep.
So he got on his way to work, but it was around like 11, 12, so it was pretty empty. And then he sat down on like this 2-seater, and then he wanted it to make it that no one would sit opposite him. So he wanted to move it, so then it would like face the other way, right?
Yep.
So then he goes to do that, and then he notices on the seat there are AirPod Maxes. AirPod Pro Maxes. Do you know what those are?
Yeah, the big
The over ears.
Yeah,
the over ears.
Yeah.
So those cost about $900. And then he sends a snap on the what should I do? All right, now I'll leave it to you, Kush. That's the scenario. You're on a train, no one's around. Maybe 1 or 2 people on the other side of the carriage are there, but clearly no one is sitting here. No one in the immediate vicinity owns it. And you see a lovely little pair of AirPod Maxes on the seat. What do you do?
Nah, I'm giving it to the train guy.
You're giving it to the train guy.
Yeah, that's an expensive, not that great, but an expensive over-ear headphones.
Quality is neither here nor there, but
Yeah.
it's the value of it.
Someone's gonna come looking for it. It's not like they've. Nah, it is what it is. I left it there.
You reckon? You know how Apple products work? They all have tracking. You know that?
Oh, even the headphones.
Yeah. So I'll show you. So
Yeah.
I have AirPod Pros, like the small ones.
Yeah.
And I can see like their last location type of thing.
I know the Pro. Oh.
See, so like on the top you can see my AirPods. I last connected them here at home, so it says home. Then I have an iPad. It says last online was this time, and then I can turn it on for like my MacBook, my watch, and obviously the AirPod Pro Maxes.
Yeah.
You can track those as well. So, and then what's a little handy thing is when, let's say I leave home now and I don't bring my AirPods, it'll give me a notification. Miguel's AirPod Pros were last left at the house. Last left at 123, street.
Yeah.
So, does that further reinforce you giving it back?
Absolutely. I mean, if that's the case, then it's obviously the last location is going to be on a train or like wherever. It's going to be the address of.
That is true.
So it's super obvious it's on a train because he knows or she knows. That
So you're not thinking, there's a $900 piece of gear here that's up for grabs.
Think about the ramifications, Imagine if it does get tracked back to your place. Clearly stolen the goods.
Is it stealing?
It is stealing.
Stealing is taking it from another person's possession.
No. Stealing is.
This is a public forum. It's a public space.
No, stealing is taking an item that doesn't belong to you. Let's just clarify that definition. This item doesn't belong to you and it belongs to someone else. There's no way someone's
So I'm foraging for mushrooms out there. I can't take them because they don't belong to me.
Because, there's no owner with the mushroom. There's an owner to the airport.
Mother Nature is the owner.
Well, then you're stealing from Gaia. What can I say?
All right, so what you would do is,
giving it to the
you're
train
on your
guy.
way to work, you pick them up and then you leave them with yourself. And then when you get off the train, you're going to go, here you go. Someone's left this on the train.
I'm either giving it to the guy or if I get off the station, I'm giving it to one of the...
All right.
Because there's like lost and found, so I'll give it to someone.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so he posed that question to us on Snapchat, sent to a lot of people.
What did you say, by the way?
I said take it.
Oh, of course
No,
you
no,
did.
as in, because it's not like, I don't think he would take it, so I'll egg him on.
Okay.
That's my vibe. Like,
A
go
bit
on,
of
bro.
banter,
Take
bit
it,
of
take it,
banter.
lad, take
Yeah,
it.
nice.
Because I think he's all talk,
Okay.
Because and then I know everyone else that replied said take it.
Take it, okay.
But all we're taking the piss, right? 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, it's one of those like you should return it. Probably will return it. The next snap, I get a message from him in our group chat 2 hours later, and then he's like, "Boys, look what's happened." And then he's sent a screenshot of his phone.
Yeah.
He's on Apple Music, and then on Apple Music you get to choose your your earphones, your speaker, whatever, and then it's like iPhone speaker. AirPod Pros, AirPod Pro Maxes.
He's connected.
So it says like Kush's iPhone, Kush's AirPod Pros, and he's like Kush's AirPod Pro Maxes.
Oh, he's already changed the name.
And they're like, "What are you doing here, brother?" They can track it. And it's like, "Don't you worry. When I got to the station, I reset it. Apparently, you can hard reset it on the device itself.
Yeah, that's true.
Reset it. So the last seen location is Central Station, and then I connected it to my phone, and I've taken it. Thoughts?
The hard reset, yeah, that's interesting because with an iPhone you can't do it.
Yeah, and there's AirTags,
Yeah.
the GPS tracker for Apple. You can't do that on those either because on Amazon I bought a pair of AirTags, which were meant to be new, but turns out they were used. One of them was used because I tried connecting it and it said this AirTag's already been associated with another Apple ID. So these are the worries. Like even if you reset it, you might be able to track it. But he said he did extensive research on the train, and he saw that you hard reset it, it can't get tracked anymore.
Wow, that's tech is from this man.
So he's gone home, and he has a nice little pair of AirPod Pro Maxes for free. Here's what my worry would have been in the moment, right? Yes, I would probably think about, it's someone's, maybe I'll return it. But even if that thought gets overridden by my greed, my want for these things, part of me will be like, is this a social experiment? Are there hidden cameras set up in this train carriage for me to take this?
True, because there are a lot of those videos.
And the moment I pick it up, someone's going to come up to me like, hey, mate, are those yours? That's my worry in this day and age.
Yeah. That's a good worry and a valid worry. I would be... Okay, let's say in the train you checked around, you did your due diligence, you went up the carriage, went down the carriage, you looked around, you went outside while the train was moving, there's no cameras, everything's fine. Are you taking it?
No, because my first thing is I just don't want to, karma, first of all. If I take them, it's a bit of bad. But then I would probably just leave it. I wouldn't give it back.
You wouldn't even do
I wouldn't give it to the train guard, but I'm just like, this is not my problem.
Yeah, okay.
But what he said he did to do this due diligence is he picked it up and put it next to him.
Oh.
So then if someone came up to him, he'd be like, oh yeah, I took it because I'm going to give it to the train guard when I get off.
Okay. Wow. I would never do it. This man is he's
bold.
He's bold.
Very, very bold.
Look, man, karma's real. It's gonna come back to him.
Because I was talking to Rohit, and then him and I are both saying, yeah, look, by next week someone's gonna come to his door and be like, look, you have my AirPod Maxes.
Yeah, I mean, if he's reset it though, I don't think it's possible to track it then. It's a hard reset.
It's very hard. It's very hard.
I mean, what's that person gonna do? They're gonna file a police report potentially. That's it.
But here's the funny thing, right? You can say obviously there's 1% worry that it might still be able to get tracked.
Yeah.
You know what he's currently done with it?
What?
For the next few days, he's given it to his dad.
Oh my god.
So if he gets tracked,
what the
guy's gonna come up to his dad.
Why would you give it to what the shit? What is wrong with this man?
But his long-term plan is in his office, he has his own headphones.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna swap it. So he's gonna leave the AirPod Maxes at work.
Okay.
And so it's in a public place, not his private home, and then he's going to give his dad his personal ones.
This is the worst criminal ever. Just think if this person files a police report, there are cameras on the train. They'll be able to figure out that this dude had taken the AirPod Maxes off the train. If it goes through that police avenue, and he's gone. It's so easy to track someone. From the train.
But also at the same time, I don't think people go to that extent for lost and found items.
I think when it's $900, you might. Unless there's some kind of warranty at Apple, which is you get your money back.
There's no warranty, bro. For lost, that's on you.
Yeah, that is true. It's on you.
Also, the same. It's $900. Who just leaves it on the train? Did he have this coming?
Yeah, he's the idiot.
Is it the victim's fault?
Yeah. Don't blame the guy who took it. He was the real victim in all this.
These are words I heard from the guy that took it. Right? I'm just relaying that. I'm just relaying these things. And he's sorted out all these plans, leave it at the office so it's in a public place that it can't be associated to him.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't take it. I know for a fact Ro and Sen might be, let's do it, let's take it. Ro is definitely taking it. He's doing the hard resets. He's the one giving it to someone else as well to make sure
each Apple product has its unique serial number as well.
Yeah, that.
So I'm pretty sure if the guy's smart, he would have maybe kept the box.
Yeah.
Or somehow be able to find the serial number. Because surely if you have a product and you disconnect it, maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking if you disconnect it from your, Apple ID or whatever, you still are able to sort of get the serial number back or the ID.
It's a dilemma. And I think that man did the wrong decision.
No, absolutely.
He's got to mind his manners.
Absolutely mind your manners. But the funny, not the funniest thing, but another thing he said is look, I looked on the warranty resets, and he's like, it's in, I think it's in February 2025.
Yeah.
So it's like a fresh pair because the warranty's 2 years.
Oh.
So brother's only had his headphones for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And he's lost
to
it.
be honest, a bit of surface wipes on that. It's clean now.
When you're talking about COVID, this is what he didn't put it on until he got home because he wanted to sanitize it.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, he's got a fresh pair now. And they're not bad. So I'm
But
not
he
gonna
needs
say,
to mind his manners.
Yeah, I'm not going to say good on him, but mind your manners, brother.
Mind your manners. The correct thing, hand it in to the train
Exactly.
guard.
Now I have one manners that perhaps need to be minded. Of course, as you know, I've been to the Sydney Film Festival, so you see a lot of units come in, doing their own thing while they sit down in the cinema.
Sure.
I've seen a couple. One that I saw yesterday, State Theatre. Like I said, mad capacity. Probably 1,000, I reckon. So it's theatre, so you got the mezzanine, dress hall, and then also the one of all the stuff below. We're sitting in the dress hall, which is like the middle area. Movie started 5 minutes in, and it's all dark. Like it's incredibly dark. It's one of those cinemas where it's not like event cinemas where you have the seats are all in the same sort of incline, like in the beginning until it goes all the way up. It's sort of like one of those ones where it's not really on an incline, just a natural slope. So what that means is if there's a tall person sitting in front of you, you might miss
get
portion of the
blocked.
screen, right? So it's also one of those cinemas where, unfortunately, the seats are like stadiums. So you kind of have to, move your legs around if someone needs to get to the middle row or like stand up kind of thing. It's one of those foldable seats.
Gotcha.
I sat down. I'm enjoying it. We're in the middle. We came early. And then obviously you get to see some people coming in late. So here's this 70-year-old lady. She comes in 5 minutes late. She has a torch on to the maximum brightness. So it's,
my God.
it's incredibly bright. And it's a dark film. The beginning of the film is dark. She goes to the middle row and look, she's an old lady. So
Are there assigned seats?
Yes, assigned seats as well. So, stamina's not a forte at the moment. So
Stamina!
pace is around 65, I reckon.
Oh my God.
She's walking down to row H
So what's
in
her
the middle.
speed with ball?
Yeah, she did do a couple of good dribble moves to get into the seat.
Yeah, anyway, she's walking.
She's walking down the middle row and then she throws up her phone because she wants to see the assigned seat. And she's in the middle. So everyone...
So where is the seat number? Is it low or is it...
No, it's pasted on the chair.
So you need to look at the chair itself
Exactly.
to see. So she's shining a light onto the chair.
She's shining a light on the row first because she's in the middle.
With the whole fucking row.
The whole row, which there's only 2 seats there are empty. So it's one of them. It has to be one of them. And at this point, 5 minutes into the film, just sit in one of them.
Yeah.
Is my thought. Because I don't think they would have come out, especially in the Sydney Film Festival. These guys come early.
It's also a bit of logic, right? If she's done her due diligence to find the right row.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So you are 99% sure that if those are the only 2 seats,
Exactly.
one of them has to be yours.
Exactly. That was my whole thought process when I saw her doing this thing. And she's just got the torch flashing mad brightly throughout this whole row. And so people have now had to stand up. One person's like shuffling his knees to the other side. Light's still on while she's walking down through the middle row.
If you're the one moving, fucking shining in your face.
Exactly. And then she sits down eventually. She finds her seat eventually.
Yeah.
Flashlight's off. But she's wearing a puffer jacket. So she's still standing and now she's removing the puffer jacket.
Oh my God.
And I understand. You need to remove the puffer jacket. These seats aren't extraordinarily spacious, so you want to make sure there's room for everyone around you. But she's standing and doing this.
Yeah.
And so she eventually sits down, and of course people there are grumbles being like, what is this? But she's an old lady, so you're not going to...
You have to give her a pass at this point.
There's a pass.
Life.
Exactly. My whole thought process behind this, if you're 5 minutes late into the movie, you should not be shining your light that brightly. You can flip the phone with put 50% brightness.
Yes, use the screen
The natural organic light from the phone.
That's so bold using the
torch,
backlight, the
yeah.
torch.
That was my thing because when she brought the torch up to the row, the person sitting on the left hand side was like,
Did they say that?
She didn't say what the fuck, but she flinched back.
If that was me, I would have been like, fucking, I would have said something.
Slapped the phone away. Get out of here. Old lady, move it.
Fuck off.
But how do you tell this person to mind her manners? She's 70 years old. Eyesight maybe perhaps not the best at this point in time. So
maybe she does need the 200% torch brightness.
Or because it's one of these theaters, there are people assigned workers here. And so you can ask them, is this my row? They will lead you to it.
Yeah.
And they have designated torches that shine on the row. And it's not
Yeah, I've
brightly
seen
lit.
those.
And so in my head, all she had to do was either A, go to the person and be like, could you leave me to the row? I don't want to disrupt anyone. Just do it quietly, please.
Yeah.
Or B, just flip it, use your light to find a row and sit down. That's it.
Yeah. The problem with all your recommendations is that's for someone that gives a shit about others.
Yeah.
And all this behavior shows to me that he doesn't care.
Yeah,
Late?
she didn't care.
Who cares?
Yeah, I could tell.
Other people's viewing experience is ruined.
Yeah.
I don't care.
It was the puffer jacket.
I
thing that
feel
got me.
warm and the person behind me can't see it because I'm standing. I don't care. I'll fucking mosey.
Always take your puffer jacket off before.
Yeah, here's my thing, right? Especially if you know you're late,
Yeah.
right? take preemptive steps. So once you get in the cinema, you're as least of a nuisance as possible,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
If you know you need to take your fucking puffer jacket off,
Yeah.
you're late. So you have to have a harder experience in my eyes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like, as you said, the whole use of fucking screen thing, I do that, right? I'm in a cinema, movie started, but I need to check maybe my ticket or I need to check something. I try and be as least nuisance as possible.
Exactly.
Because it's my fault, right?
Yeah.
I didn't get the information I needed before this film has started. Why is it, why do I have to inconvenience everyone else?
Yeah.
Because I have done a little mistake, right?
Agreed.
And if you know you're 5 minutes late, especially for something like the film festival, you're not watching fucking Barbie at the local event cinemas where half the people actually give a shit and half the people are just there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everyone here is here for a reason.
Exactly. And literally everyone comes early. It's very rare someone comes in late. So when you come in late, you're actually disrupting things.
And the fact that you said there is a fucking person that is paid to help you find your seat. And she said, fuck that.
Nah,
I will do what I want.
I'm going to do my own thing.
That is
That's what
poor.
she did.
And then the puffer jacket, take it off. You said 2 seats maybe.
Yeah.
Take it off sitting down.
That's the...
You know, it's a bit harder. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
To take off a jacket sitting down, but you're late.
Yeah.
Or if you're thick and like only realize then it's a bit warm in the cinema, surely by the time you find your row, you're already a bit warm.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take it off there. We have ample space.
Yeah.
Not standing in the fucking middle of the cinema.
Disruptive. And so
Disruptive.
this person 100%
Has to mind your manners.
Yeah.
So many steps.
Learn some manners, dare I say.
Learn. Yeah, you need manners. You can
Exactly.
only mind something that you have. You don't have manners. First of all, come on time.
Okay.
Not even early. Just on time, please.
Yeah. They even tell you to come 20 minutes before because it's a film festival. So I've got a couple more cinema things.
Here we go.
One's very quick. So I watched Wes Anderson film, which is one of the bigger ones in the festival.
Or Wezos.
Yeah, all Wes Anderson. So the film finishes and they have this massive like almost like a backdrop, like what we have here. For those of you, I don't think it's been present for years. we have a backdrop essentially, and so there's a backdrop there. Sydney Film Festival. It's beautifully lit, exactly like the lights here.
Yep.
And there's a person there with a camera and a microphone, and they were trying to find people to talk to essentially. And I didn't notice
This
at first.
is outside the cinema.
Movie's finished. Everyone's rushing out. 1,000 people are going out, and so I'm walking with my
Are these
mate.
like interviews, kind of?
That's what. Well, first we were like,
That's
this
what you
is
thought?
just ambient people because
Yeah.
there's too many people, right? Just ambience. And so we're walking and then we stop outside the backdrop because we're like, well, let's let the hubbub finish. And so she walks up to my mate and is like, all right, what are your thoughts on the film? Just straight up. Camera's already
Were
on
you
it.
standing in front of the backdrop?
We were standing in front of the backdrop. It was all unintentional.
Yeah.
And so she just shoves the mic. What are your thoughts? And the guy's already got the camera. He's just like filming around, and we thought the movie was mid. So when we came out of it, we were like, yeah, this is rather disappointing. And so my mate was like, yeah, I'm not articulate. Don't come to me. And so
I
she
didn't even give an opinion.
didn't give an opinion. And then
That's fair.
she went to me and I was like, nah, probably not me as well, to be honest. And the reason why is because we had both, from walking outside the cinema to this backdrop, we were like, this film was fucking disappointing. It was my most anticipated one. It was pretty much mid.
Yeah.
And so we're about to talk shit again about the film, but the mic comes into our faces.
You're flustered.
Yeah, and obviously, she was like, "Tell us about the film." It's one of the bigger events.
Exciting energy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all I could think about was like, yeah, it is what it is. To be honest, I didn't know what to say there because there's a moment of me being like, "Oh, a bit of fame. I'm there at the Sydney Film Festival.
Yeah.
There's guys here in the backdrop." But what do I say? Do I go and be like, "No, this film was amazing," purely for the fact that I can be on the Sydney Film Festival's page, perhaps a video?
Yeah. I think, well, first of all,
Yeah.
they should ask you, do you want to be interviewed? Something like that. At least, don't.
Yeah.
But at the same time, maybe when you bought tickets, there's a little disclaimer that you might be in fucking video and photography.
Maybe,
Except
yeah.
that, whatever, fine. We'll put that aside. Your end, you don't need to lie.
Yeah,
But you
okay.
should find some positive.
Yeah.
Well, you tell me there was zero positives.
No, they were definitely positive.
Even like, this actor did very well, or I like the music, or, the fucking, I don't know, directing was nice,
all those three are positives of this film. Literally, all those three are
So
positives.
say that.
But we were so disappointed because it's
That
one
is
of our
true.
most anticipated ones. So all we could think about was the disappointment.
Yeah, it is hard when, like, especially you just talking about it.
Exactly.
And you were probably mid-conversation.
Yeah.
And you're trying to rip into it. It takes a bit of brain power.
Yeah, we need to settle ourselves. I don't post my reviews on Zorba Smith immediately. It
Yeah.
gives some time to mull in my thoughts.
That is true. But in an ideal world, when that question gets posed, you find the positives, you know?
Yeah, true. I was a little flustered.
You say just generics, you know?
That's what I was thinking. I should have just been like, it's Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson does what he does, you know? It's a good film if you like Wes Anderson. Simple as that. And it would have done wonders.
That would sounds lovely, to be honest.
Exactly.
Like, how's the film? Man, if you love Wes Anderson,
you're going to love this film.
You'll love this film.
Which is exactly what my review was essentially in the end.
Exactly.
So,
but you've taken a time to think about that.
It was in the moment, man. It was in the moment. That was the thing. So anyway, that's my first part of the Sydney Film Festival. I've got another one about Mind Your Manners, the film festival. Like I said, there's a lot of units that coming through with this film festival. This one's not the Sydney Film Festival actually, but it is another cinema experience prior to the film festival.
Here we go. The warm-up.
The warm-ups. And the warm-up was Super Mario Bros. This was like a month ago, but I don't know why this story's coming late, but it's a month ago. And
it's fine. It's fine. Better late than never, they say.
Exactly. So I've gone with my friend. We've booked somewhere near the back. We sit down. And it's near the end of the row, so it's an empty seat to the left of us, which is right at the end of the aisle. Then there's two of us and the rest of the row.
Yes.
We sit down. A dad comes in with his family, and the dad's looking at the seat. He's like, "Oh, are you sure these are your seats?" We're like, "Yep, these are our seats. Here you go."
Show the ticket.
Yep. And he's like, "Cool." And the dad's a little flustered here. And RMA ads are playing. He's standing tall. The kids are being a little jumpy, and he's realized something. He's like, "Oh, this is my seat at the end." And I've booked the further left row, so there's a bit of space between the stairs, and he's gone to the most left side. He's booked the other two there for his kids. And he was like, "Oh, I've done a mistake. The three of us were meant to sit together in this aisle, but..."
So on the left of the aisle were two seats for his kids?
For his kids.
And then on the right of the
just
aisle
him.
is him.
Yep. And he was like, "Oh, I've done a mistake. I wanted to sit with my kids, but it's been booked like this."
CSB, bro.
Yeah.
Cool story, bro.
And I was sitting there like, okay, all right, nice. Sweet.
Sucks to be you.
It is what it is.
You hate to see it.
Yeah. I go back, I'm watching the screen, he's like, hits us again. He's like,
"Do you mind?
I'm so sorry, but like, I want to sit with my kids. We want to watch Super Mario Bros. Together. Do you mind if you two sit on the left aisle?" And I'm looking to my mate and I'm like, "Look, I don't mind. Like he's done that, whatever. And we'll go there." But then he decided to follow up. He was like, "I'm really sorry. I think this was a tech error. I'm not sure what happened."
Brother, shut the fuck up.
He kept backing down on this tech error. And I was like, "Look, whatever. We'll move over there. We don't give a shit. It's Super Mario Bros." Like, we're not exactly
the same cinema experience, brother.
Exactly. Like, it's 1 meter different. Not even 1 meter, probably less than that. Like, it doesn't affect our viewing experience. We're like, "Fuck it, we'll sit over there." So we sit down and the kids are now with the father. My problem was, especially with this guy, is he kept backing down on the tech error, which it very clearly wasn't.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, when you're booking, you can see the gap between the aisles. So you
was this event cinemas?
Yeah, event cinemas.
Yeah, bro. There's a clear diagram of stairs.
Exactly.
And there's a strong gap, and then it's seats.
So he booked one, and then the two on the left, and was like, "Oh, I think I booked the three," where the two of us were sitting as well.
Yeah.
Obviously not, because it would be red, because we booked it.
Donkey, man.
And so in my head, we were like, all right, whatever. Should I have been like, "You know what? No. You fucked up. Like, it's your mistake. I know you want to sit with your kids, but..." Because the thing that's pissing me off is the fact that he kept backing down.
Yeah,
that's
unnecessary.
So unnecessary.
But like, again, you said because it's Super Mario Bros, right?
Yeah.
What if it was, what's a movie that you've really wanted to see?
If it was something like Oppenheimer or Sydney Film Festival, maybe I would have.
Where you have specifically, let's say you picked your seats because director recommended to sit there.
Yeah.
You're not giving your seats up?
I'm not giving my seats up. Yeah, I think it's dependent on the nature of the film.
That's fair. It's you're not obliged to do anything.
Yeah.
Anything you do is, bonus and out of the goodness of your heart. But I agree. Brother, own up to your mistake. Which he did at the start. Said, "I booked the wrong seats." All right, cool.
Thank you.
You want to watch it with your kids? You're excited. I will let you sit. I will do you a favor and move for you. Just shut the fuck up, and I don't want to hear anymore.
And you want to watch Super Mario Bros. With your kids? Fine. It's going to be a seminal experience for them, for the kids. Absolutely, I understand. But the fact that you just go, take care of
it's literally just shut the fuck. I don't need your life story, bro. Shut the fuck up. I've given you my seat. The same thing Loki happened at soccer yesterday, right? I'm just gonna get this off my chest, right? Okay. So we foul the other team, right?
Yeah.
And then the ref gives them the foul.
Okay.
But then they keep chirping about the foul. What, brother? We've given you. You've got the result. Just shut the fuck up. And then the movie, you have the seats, bro.
Yeah.
What is this gonna do? Like,
It's
what
the-
is you saying as a tech gonna do?
It's the fact in the first one he was like, "Oh no, I just want to sit with my kids," and he paused, hoping that out of the goodness of our heart we'd stand up and be like, "All right, move." Because I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, it's unfortunate."
No,
I went
I
back
hate
to the screen.
Was it a busy cinema?
It was because the Super Mario Bros. Like second night, so pretty much packed with kids.
So it's not like you can just move over.
Yeah, it's not like he can sit anywhere.
Yeah.
And so we were like, "Yeah, it is what it is." And I think he expected us to move,
Yeah.
which also rubbed me off the wrong way.
Yeah.
All you had to do was ask, like, "Mate, I made a mistake. I just want to sit with my kids. Is this okay?"
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And also, it's not the easiest thing to assume because they are together. The seats are like
Yeah.
together. There's just little stairs.
And look,
If it was two on the left and one on the fucking far right,
Yeah.
it's so much easier to assume that, maybe you should swap seats.
Exactly.
But bro, you can hold hands in the aisle. It's not even that far.
you could still see your kids. Safety
Exactly.
is okay, my guy. It's
Exactly.
okay. So
What if he was like, oh, I need to like sit with my 2-year-old. Do you mind minding my 6-year-old is going to sit in this seat?
dude, if that happened, I'd be like, fuck. If he went up to me and was like, "Look, I want to watch the film by myself. I'm going to sit on the left-hand side. Could you mind my kids?" I'd be like, "Bro, what the fuck? I've been trying to watch Super Mario Bros. And babysit now. What is that?"
But yes, I agree. You've gotten the result you wanted.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up. I don't need to hear your life story.
exactly. His manners, too much.
Too much.
Too much.
Too many
Calm down.
manners.
Exactly.
Is it a pride thing maybe? Doesn't want to own up to a mistake.
I honestly think that was it. Like, he just didn't want to own up that he cooked up. He was like, "Oh, yeah." I was like, "Bro, just tell me."
Yeah.
So much more better when you're honest.
Yeah.
Is what I
In
say.
that situation, I fucked up. You've agreed to swap seats. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Walk away.
Man needs to really own up to his manners, is what I say.
Own up to your mistakes, man. Take personal responsibility of the actions you've done.
Well, boys. Well, Miguel, I should say.
Boy,
Boy, it's the end of another episode, a very talkative episode.
that's
This
a
one.
fantastic duo, I reckon.
A very provocative episode, I should
It
say.
makes you think.
Yeah, I hope people out there were listening, thinking about their own scenarios, what they would have done, what they should have done.
I hope specific people were listening
Exactly.
to some of the advice given. Maybe the legal ramifications of some things advised.
A person who may have taken someone else's property off a public train, potentially. Hopefully you are listening. But there we go. Another episode done and dusted. Another duo done and
Lovely.
dusted. Have we done all the duos? I think we've done all of them now.
Done all the duos. I think, me and you were the last duo.
Yeah.
But I think we're the most done duo now. Because Sen is gone for fucking God knows how long. And then Ro just decides, you know what? I don't feel like podcasting today.
It just doesn't feel like it. You know what? If you do like this duo, if you like a thought-provoking discussions, let us know. Give us a rating on
If you want
Spotify.
Kush and I to branch off and create our
Yeah. And look, if you want us to, we floated this idea in the episode 200. If you want us to tier list 200 things, Miguel and I are happy to do it.
we'll do that.
We'll do it. Whatever it is, whatever you want from the duo, we can do it.
Absolutely.
And if you appreciate this episode, give us a rating 5 stars. Check out our little short videos on YouTube Short,
Absolutely.
on TikToks, occasionally the Reels, whatever
Every
we
now and
decide
again.
to post.
Every now and again.
Listen to our episodes, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever you feel, and do check out our full videos when the camera doesn't crash and all of us are there. But otherwise, we'll see you next week.
Adios.